Hello and welcome back to Defend the Game. I'm Finn, and in this video I'll be taking one of the 450 plus cars in Forza Horizon 4 and giving them a bit of a makeover. Allow me to start by asking you a question. What links these four cars together? Ford Focus, BMW X5, Subaru Impreza, and the Jaguar Mark II. If you answered that they are all vehicles used by the UK police force, your name is probably Duncan.
Well, you've skipped ahead by reading my script.
Marcus! Anyway, probably the most recognisable panda car in Britain today is this chunky little two-door hatchback, the Vauxhall Astra VXR. The Vauxhall Astra was first produced in 1979 in a small port town just south of Liverpool. Since then, it has consistently ranked second in the UK for the most popular family car, behind the Ford Escort. The first VXRs, which stood for Vauxhall Racing, rolled off the production line 25 years later, boasting higher performance, electro-hydraulic power steering and a sportier style. The original Astra VXR went on sale in 2005. Gone were basic interiors and in were bucket seats, racing steering wheels and custom gear knobs, if that's your kind of thing. The faithful family Astra's top speed barely hit 120 miles an hour. But with the VXR, this was boosted to a sprightly 155. That's just shy of 300 brake horsepower. It even had a 0 to 60 of 6 seconds. Not bad for a 40-year-old. There is a commonly held belief that since its inception at the start of the 1980s, 1 in every 5 incident response vehicles, or panda cars, in the UK police force were Vauxhall Astras. So, to this end, I shall be enlisting my own loyal panda car to patrol the streets of virtual Edinburgh. Let's start the upgrades by swapping out the tyres for some more rugged rally rubber, which should help during long drawn out pursuits across multiple terrain. Next, we're changing the stock rims for these monoblock 4 ones from Brabus. At first it seems sacrilegious to replace the already enhanced VXR engine, but if we want a chance of catching Crimson Scotland, we'll need a bit more power. This 1.6 litre Rally turbo engine will do the trick just fine. The only caveat to this beefier engine is that it adds a lot of extra weight. Removing the spare tyre, toolbox and interior trim should kill a few kilograms. Dropping the ride height should improve handling and grip in the chicane. So the weight is shaved off by switching to a lighter yet stronger carbon fibre drive shaft. Improving the transmission further, the VXR gains a racing clutch. Returning to the Rally engine, we removed that pesky restrictor plate and unleashed the full speed potential of this little squad car. The camshaft and valves are substituted with racing spec ones, and the engine block itself is polished and preened until it's race ready. Now it's time to turn this feral family car into one of Her Majesty's finest. Starting with the easiest and moving on to the more complicated sections later, I start by adding the basic police topography to the bonnet and doors of the Astra. We're going to make a custom font using the one we just placed as reference. This will eventually form the liveries on each side of the hatchback. Don't worry too much about the white indentations here on the O and the C, as these will become invisible when we add them to the car. Now it's time to add the reflective strip. I mark out the outline in a yellowish rectangle and then extend this up to the roof of the car. I take this simple navy square vinyl and stamp it all along the strip I've just made, and then proceed to remove every other square. Take care here to carry the navy into the roof area to blend seamlessly into the rest of the bodywork. There you go, fast and easy reflective strip. Extra details like door handles, petrol caps and indicators are lined in white to match the bodywork. This breaks up the block colours and makes the reflectors look a little bit more realistic. We also add this gradient checkerboard texture to the navy and yellow sections to make them less flat and more like the reflectors you'd find on a bicycle or a high-vis jacket. I hide this ugly overflow vinyl with a solid block of white, which works quite well if I don't say so myself. The reflective strip is broken up even further by adding white strips to each of the adjoining body panels. Adding these makes the strip look more like a series of individual stickers rather than one whole vinyl wrap. I copy the whole thing to the other side using the same feature I mentioned in episode 1. The only thing left to do now is to remove the police sign and petrol cap vinyls. When the side's done, we need to move on to the boot and rear bumper. This is probably one of the easiest designs to add to the VXR. Just add an orange isosceles triangle, stamp it, and then change it to yellow. Increase the size of this one until you get a nice neat stripe either side of the triangle, then copy, enlarge and repeat until the entire back panel is covered in alternating triangles. Next, we're going to block out part of the rear bumper for yet another police sign, and then going back to the white lines at the joints to break up the block colour and improve realism like we did with the sides. Now we need the baddies to hear us coming, and that means we need a siren. Unfortunately, there are only 1 or 2 vehicles in Forza Horizon 4 that feature attachable sirens, and ironically, the Astra is not one of them, so we're making this from scratch. I block out the outline with simple rectangles and add this gradient vinyl circle to act as a reflective cone bulbs inside the siren. I switch this out for gradient rectangles for the bulbs and the reflective strip either side. The bulbs are nicely blocked out now, but they still look a little undefined. This spilled coffee ring will be perfect in giving them a little bit more shape without taking away from the previous layer. I continue this further onto the rectangular reflectors too. Finally, I add a little bit of extra flourish with the Squad Cars Authority sticker. This was nice and easy to make, simply applying white text to a navy background and adding the county shield later. And that's it, it's done! If you like what you've seen here today and you'd like a little bit of interaction on the next episode, I've got 3 choices for you. Which car would you like me to super up next? The 1956 Ford F100, the 2013 Dodge Viper GTS, so please don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you've liked what you've seen here today. And please put your answers to what you think I should soup up next in the comments below. Bye everyone.